These are words you won't have read in Jamal Khashoggi's columns. Instead, they are WhatsApp messages never seen before, sent by Khashoggi in the year before his death. They lay bare his disdain for Saudi Arabia's crown prince, saying, quote, "He is like a beast, like Pac-Man. The more victims he eats, the more he wants." In another, "May God rid us and this nation of this predicament." The words were exchanged with Omar Abdulaziz, a fellow critic in exile in Canada.
He believed that MBS is the issue, is the problem. And someone has to tell him that, you have to be stopped.
Talk like this is dangerous for those from a country with one of the world's worst records for human rights. And it wasn't just political views that the pair was trading, but plans to hold the Saudi state to account, creating an army of so-called cyber bees on social media, leveraging Khashoggi's name and the 340,000-strong Twitter following of his confidant.
In the beginning, it was a bit difficult for us to have this kind of relationship. For me, I was a dissident, and he was a guy who worked for the government for almost 35 years.
Khashoggi pledged funds, and Abdulaziz bought the hardware, hundreds of foreign SIM cards to send back home, enabling dissidents to avoid detection. In one message, Abdulaziz writes, "I sent you a brief idea about the work of the electronic army." "Brilliant report," Khashoggi replies. "I will try to sort out the money. We have to do something." How much money did he originally say he would commit to the project?
He said 30,000.
30,000 US dollars?
Yes.
How dangerous is a project like that in Saudi Arabia?
You might be killed because of that. You might be jailed. They might send someone to assassinate you.
Just like Khashoggi, Abdulaziz believes that he was also targeted after 2 Saudi emissaries were dispatched to Canada, he says, last May, to coax him into the embassy there. He made these secret recordings of their meetings and shared them with CNN.
We have
come to you with a message from Mohammed bin Salman. I want you to be reassured. We don't have to approach someone from an official department or the state security. The Saudi Arabian embassy awaits you.
When Abdulaziz refused, they got to him another way, hacking his phone, according to a lawsuit Abdulaziz filed this week against the Israeli firm behind the spyware. When the pair's plans were discovered, Khashoggi panicked. "God help us," he wrote. How much of a target did that make both of you?
The hacking of my phone played a major role on what happened to Jamal. I'm really sorry to say that. We were trying to teach people about human rights, about freedom of speech. That's it. This is the only crime that we've committed. Well,
what you've just seen there is just a snippet of some of the material. 400 WhatsApp messages exchanged between Khashoggi and Omar Abdulaziz, and 10 hours of audio recordings that Abdulaziz made with those 2 Saudi emissaries over the course of 5 days that my producer Michael Kaplan and myself have managed to get our hands on. We're still pouring through this large cache of material for more clues as to what may have caused Khashoggi to be targeted in the fashion that he was 4 months after this particular escapade. But I should also point out that in a poignant twist here, Abdulaziz says that it was probably Khashoggi who ended up saving his life, because it was the elder man who said, "Only meet these individuals in public places and under no circumstances go into any Saudi official buildings." We've reached out to the Saudi Arabian government for comment on this. They have yet to get back to us, and also to the Israeli firm at the centre of that lawsuit.